campers. You should all have gotten a box in the mail, and in that box, you all have a pair of safety scissors, you all have your own glue stick, and you all have a package of construction paper. And that is all that you're going to need for our project today. Today, we are going to try to make the same kind of art that a famous French artist made in the early 1900s. His name was Henri Matisse, and he made all kinds of paintings. He was really famous. People were buying up his work, but he became ill. And through that illness, he was so weak, he wasn't able to lift his paintbrushes anymore. So he was like, well, what am I going to do? How am I still going to be able to make my art? So what he did was, he got the young artists who were training with him to take paper and to paint it with the paints that he used to use in his painting. Because back in those days, you couldn't go out to Target and buy a package of construction paper. So they had to make their own paper. And then he was able to use a pair of scissors. So he decided that he would make something called drawing with scissors. Now, let me show you a picture of one of his very famous paintings. So what he would do is he would take a pattern and he would just repeat that pattern over and over in many different colors. And then he would put it on, you know, his background, whatever he chose his background to be.
It looks like coral.
These are all other samples of things that he made. Look at this one. Doesn't it look like a fishbowl with the little fish in it? And this looks like what?
It looks like a slot machine or something.
Like a slot machine?
Arcade
It looks,
game.
yeah, an arcade game, or maybe stained glass windows, I thought. I don't know. But we thought today you could make your own Henri Matisse art. So you can pick a pattern. If you want to use something like what he did, you can do that. You can decide that you want to make a different design, whatever you want to do. Okay, so take your scissors,
I'm doing my scissors.
pick your paper.
I'm gonna use
You each have a sheet of background paper, and you can use whatever you want.
So we can make like whatever we want.
Whatever you want, and all you use are the scissors, because see, he didn't draw anything,
I don't
because he
want
couldn't use the scissors. I mean, he couldn't use the pencil, he had to use the
Can I
scissor.
yeah,
Yeah, whatever you want, and then what we're going to do is,
like trace it a little
Lexi, once you make your design, we're going to use your glue stick,
And
so you
glue
don't
gun.
want to make it too big. You want to
Yeah.
have it be a repeating
I
pattern on
really
the
like
paper.
the fishbowl one.
Yeah, you
So
could do
I kinda
something
wanna make
like
something
that.
like the fishbowl.
Something
Also,
similar.
because I
That's
have
awesome.
fish and I love. Made my
Oh
background.
yeah, that's great. You're getting the idea for sure, Corey, with the repeating patterns, just using your scissor.
I
And
need
oh,
this.
look at you, you're going geometric.
And then I'm putting a fishbowl.
Oh, you're gonna do the fishbowl
It's gonna
idea.
be like a
Okay,
weird
that's
kind
great.
of park almost. So this is gonna be
Yeah.
like a walkway, and
It's
then there are
awesome.
gonna be trees around it, and then this is
It's
a person.
great, and it's fun
I'm
to
gonna make
see
it,
it
like,
partway
weird.
through, and then we'll see it when it's all finished.
I'm gonna put a lighter blue inside the fishbowl. So this is gonna be like
Oh,
a
good.
person, and then that's gonna be like the water, and then I'm gonna put fish in all.
Great.
And I'm gonna have like weird like birds all around and stuff.
Cool.
Can you say it again what it is?
But it's gonna be like kind of like a weird park kind of thing. So
A park?
Yeah, so it's gonna be like a little person walking on a path and weird trees and weird birds in the sky and whatever.
Okay.
So yeah.
Back to nature.
Woo.
Good job.
I'm using my scissor to trace out my lines. So I don't have a pencil.
It's a good way to use up the paper in your scrap box. I could add this in too, Kristen, if you want to videotape that. Okay, let's see, campers. Hold up your finished work now. The end of your cutting and gluing. Let's see what you made. All right, Corey, tell us a little bit about your painting.
So, I made mine like a weird, like park kind of thing. So there's like a little person here, and there's a sun, and these are supposed to be like trees, and this is like a pathway that you walk on, and some clouds in the background and stuff.
Beautiful. Lexi, how about you?
Mine's kind of like one of the ones we saw before. So there's some lines in the background in funky patterns. And then I have a little fishbowl with some interesting fish, and then a table.
Great. That's awesome. You ladies did such a great job. Now, before we have you sign your artwork, because remember, you always have to sign and date your work, I also just want to let you know that you can use lots of other kinds of found object things that are in your home to do this. You don't have to use construction paper. Here's some old wrapping paper. We probably all have a lot of scrap wrapping paper around the house. Different colors of tissue paper, and you could even use a grocery bag. You could cut it up and use some of the lettering and the designs, or you can use the inside of the bag where it's just a brown bag. So you can do lots of things. All right, let's have you sign your art, and then our campers at Sister Pat's are going to make their Henri Matisse artwork, and they're going to follow the example that you gave them.
Thanks
for joining us today.